Welcome back from the break. If you're just tuning in, you are watching the Be Bold show. You just missed a very interesting discussion about domestic violence, but don't worry, you can always catch up with us on www.thebeboldshow.com so you see what's going on. All right, so earlier we were talking with Angela of the Ark Foundation, and we were so inspired by her story that we decided to take a look in her life and how she came up with her foundation. So let's have a look at this remarkable woman. Angela Dwamena Aboagye is the founder of the Ark Foundation. She was born into a middle-class family and was the last of 8 children. Born to a father who was a lawyer and a mother that was well-educated, it baffled her why they both adhered to such traditional family dynamics.
I grew up trying to understand why the differences between my mother and my father. Basically, for example, he can go out, come in anytime he wants. Come in, dinner must be ready, lunch must be ready, mom has to be at home taking care of us and doing all that work. And I thought, well, these two people are equally intelligent. I even suspected my mom is more intelligent than my daddy, and I keep saying that all the time. So what accounted for the difference? Why did he get the chance to get ahead in life? What stopped my mother from going to the university or wherever and becoming everything she could be? Even at that young age, I used to wonder.
In her own marriage, everything seems more equal.
I must say that God has blessed me with a wonderful man. He understands what I do. He supports what I do. We've had our many differences on many issues, and I mean, it enriches, I think it enriches our relationships. The thing is that I root for him and he roots for me. So as much as I would support him to do anything he wants to do, he's working with the United Nations currently in South Sudan and loves his work. So does he support me in what I do. I call myself an evangelical feminist because I'm a Christian and I come from the Christian perspective when I'm looking at the issues of feminism. Together with all other feminists, I believe in total equality between men and women. I believe in the total personhood of women. I also believe in working towards women's empowerment and women's rights. So even though there are several kinds of feminisms, you have the cultural feminist, the liberal feminist, the socialist feminist, the gender feminist, eco-feminist, and so on. Yes, that's why we call it feminisms. There are also the evangelical feminists who believe in what I've just said. And I think everybody has a right to call themselves what they want to if they believe in certain ideologies or a certain way of thinking and so on. It's been that people think that feminists have, raised issues about equality, and that is not, what society believes in, or it's not natural. Feminists have been the ones to raise issues about women's bodies and choice and all of those things, and people have problems with it. Like any other ideology, it has its own problems. None of our systems are perfect. None of our ideologies are perfect. So you would have the radical strand and all of those other strands as well. But if you're anybody who believes that women and men were created equal and are both entitled to equal opportunities in this life, then I'm sorry, you are a feminist.
Doing a year abroad at Georgetown was an eye-opening experience for her and really gave her the tools to come back and be the best that she could be. When asked why she came back, she answered,
I love this country. America is fine too, but I had something doing here. So what was the use, staying back? And God being so good, if I wanted to go back and I did some hard work, I'll be able to raise money for a ticket. So there's no need for me to stay there. But also the requirement of the course was that you do come back and contribute to your society, which is exactly what we did. And I was also under an obligation of a sort to finish a number of years with the Ministry of Justice as a prosecutor.
Although she didn't have a dime to her name, Angela decided to quit the Ministry of Justice and start her own foundation.
Well, when you know that you have a passion for something, and that passion is not just coming from your own mind, as it were, that I want to do something, which is enough to set people going where they want to go. For me, I guess being a Christian, it also, to me, was like a bit of a call. There was a clear decision that this was what I was going to do. Now, all the things I've been dreaming about and so on and so forth, I don't have a dime. I don't know how I'm going to pay myself or anybody who is coming to help me, but I'm certain of, and believe you me, I had nothing. The Ark Foundation is a women's human rights organization. That's basically how we describe ourselves. Non-profit, non-governmental, non-partisan, but we are very political because what we do has everything to do with politics and policy making, but we are non-partisan. Our focus is women's human rights. A secondary focus is children's rights, but particularly on protection. So all the services we offer to women when they are abused, we offer to children when they are abused, children of either sex, whether male or female.
She faced many a challenge, but her biggest challenge has always been,
men in particular, some of whom felt that, some of us were Western feminists, brainwashed women with nothing to do, maybe divorced or bitter, broken-hearted, and all our agenda was to let women know their rights and break up families and things like that. I used to get people who call me such names,
To her, young people can become a part of the struggle through...
And how do you think young people can make their difference in this whole discussion?
Well, the youth are now, the youth, I'm talking about them as individuals, our future. And it's important for them to understand that they have a huge role to play to make or break Ghana. We were young when we started looking around, and our eyes got open to see inequality, injustice, and we decided to do something about it. You can't do everything. The little you can do that God has given you to do, you do it, because one day you'll be called to account. That's what I believe. So in that same vein, if at that age, if when I was in the university, when most girls would probably be thinking, who are we going to get married to, and trying to cook for their boyfriends, I didn't waste a lot of time around those things. I had a few boyfriends, yes, but I wouldn't waste my time wasting my time over them. Because I participated in social movements, it made a difference to my understanding and my awareness and consciousness about society and what we can do to at least right some wrongs, even if we can't do everything. So I believe the youth should do the same. No matter where we are placed and no matter the kind of few opportunities we have, grab hold of any opportunity you have to do internships, to ask advice from people who have experience, to walk into an orphanage and go and volunteer. Those are the kinds of things that enables you to get that consciousness with which you grow up and with which you get into your work. Whether you end up as a military officer, an aeronautical engineer, a mother, a business person, it doesn't matter. It will make a difference in your own life, in the way you relate to other people, and the choices that you make. And that's what I want the youth to be looking out for.
For everybody out there, if you want to learn more about the Ark Foundation, you can find more about her and her organization on our website, thebeboldshow.com. Obviously, also on her website, arkfoundation.org. You can always find out what's going on. If you are abused, if you are going through it, please find help. I think that is one of the most important things. There are people out there that can help you. Feel empowered and know that you have rights. So make sure you do that.
Working with Ark Foundation is an experience that I would love some other men to also come and experience. It's nice working with women groups, especially advocating for the rights of women and children, and some few issues, sensitive issues that concerns women as well. So it's interesting working with them.
Very inspiring indeed, as you saw already in the discussion and now in her video. She is a very strong woman who knows what she's about. And it's true what she does say, that it is actually kind of sad why now the whole discussion of women's rights is being brought up just by this DKB issue. But these kind of organizations have been going on for a while, and you can see Angela, they're always doing this, and it's inspiring. I hope you're just as inspired as I am. Well, coming up next, we do have Juliet Ensuyeboa, our makeup artist who makes a human body hair canvas, and also some designers, shoe designers. Well, we didn't say high-end shoe designers, but in a brewery, we have some very exciting shoe designers to show you later. Let's take a break.